Hey guys, welcome back to the Fi Project. Today we have a special guest, Dooley.
Hey, how's it going on?
Nice to see you, Dooley.
Hey, appreciate the invite.
But pretty much, Dooley, tell them a little bit about what you do.
So man, I kind of do a lot of stuff, but really right now what I'm focusing on is creating a real estate wholesaling business called Diamond Home Acquisition. So, we kind of focus on buying properties, either wholesaling them to investors, fixing and flipping ourselves, renting them out, a lot of different strategies, but I have a big background in, being a real estate agent, courses, branding, and Forex. So, I've done a bunch of stuff, but real estate is really my main focus and my bread and butter.
Tell them a bit about your course, what you do in the course and who it's for.
Cool. So I have a course called Side Money University. It's really kind of one of a kind. It's basically teach people how to make money in the lucrative field of market research. So when companies are looking to build a new product, test out an app, a website, I have basically they pay you for your opinion so they can take those feedbacks and make a better product for you. So I basically taught people how to find those opportunities and, make money off that.
I mean, is there any age?
There's really no age range. I say
Exactly.
mostly, 16 up because you can do it from home.
So for all the people watching that are 16 and over, or even if you're younger, feel free to reach out to Dooley. We'll attach Dooley's information at the bottom of whatever you're watching on all the platforms. But hit him up. It's a good way to make a few hundred extra, a few $1,000s, maybe a month if you do it good enough. But yeah, for sure. But how old are you, Dooley?
So I'm 22. I actually turned 23 December 26th. So
that's crazy.
About like 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. So.
Young, bro. That's crazy. Yeah.
Getting up there, man. I feel like after you turn 21, no one really cares how old you are anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you're 21, you're doing big things. It's cool. But you're 23 and you're doing it's like, get a job type thing. So.
Yeah, I know. I feel you. I was talking on another podcast and I was like, look, if you're 20, 25, and it was a broad range, and you're not an entrepreneur yet. And when I said that, what I meant was you don't have the fucking hustle in you.
Yeah.
And you haven't realized that you don't have a drive to do something. You don't have a drive to offer value to other people through a product. You're never gonna fucking do it because if it takes 25 years for you to figure out that, hey, I'm independent.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
for kind of forced at that point. And really, entrepreneurship, like people are kind of forcing it down people's throats. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if you have a 9 to 5. Or if you went to school, screw you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I did all those things. I luckily was able to drop out and quit my jobs. And I was young.
That was after you had something going.
Yeah,
not
I had
before.
a little bit something going.
Exactly.
I had $187 in my Wells Fargo. I was at Quick Trip.
Okay.
Oh no, it was at Racetrack, and I was like, I looked at my phone. I said, I could actually run out of money if my tire pops.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out of money. I was scared. I was
Yeah.
scared. Luckily, my mom was putting on me with this job called auction.com, where I basically teach investors how to buy pre-foreclosure properties.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I was making like $20 an hour, but I was only working like 2 times a month. But I was like, okay, that can get me, I had a little bit of saved up, you know what I'm saying? For reserves. But other than that, like, I just kind of had to go for it and live off that, maybe $400 a month.
But what I'm getting in toward, that's solid. What I'm saying is all these people reach out to me, hey, you don't even have a job. You have no money saved up. You have no plan of entrepreneurship, but you want to drop out of school to be a full-time entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yet you don't know what you're going to pursue. Dooley knew he was going to get into real estate. He knew he was going to do the course.
I had the
vision.
vision.
And he had stuff lined up, and he was taking action on that vision. He started to take action, and then the next step was to put full-time in. So have something going for it. Don't just drop out of school to be an entrepreneur because it's cool.
Yeah, because honestly, and you might disagree or agree, but I feel like some people just use the word entrepreneur to glorify being unemployed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that.
It's like you're not doing anything, so how are you an entrepreneur?
No,
just
being a lazy,
job.
like being a bum, smoking all the time, drinking, and just fucking doing nothing at your trap house doesn't make you an entrepreneur. Like, I mean, honestly, my opinion, I want to know what you think about this. If you're like, I'm not condoning this in any way. I do not say this is okay.
That means he's condoning it right now.
I'm not saying it's cool. I'm saying being a full-time trapper and stuff, I think that is entrepreneur. Because you are hustling, you are selling your product to somebody, and you are getting sales. But I don't condone it. I don't want to get my shit blocked and banned.
I've heard a lot of people that I'm friends with that started out like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
that is a hustle.
It's like the first way to like, I got to get it. Like, I got to go do something. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, there's, if you're selling crack, that's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you're going out and you're finding a way that has risk, even though the risk may be legal. You're taking a risk to be able to up your income. And, if you're 18, 19, you're kind of doing that stuff. I don't condone it, but I think that is the starting phase.
It shows that you're an entrepreneur. You're born
a lot of people say I was selling candy in high school and stuff like that. I was selling phone cases.
Me too, no way.
I used to literally buy like a 7-pack of like really plastic iPhone 3 cases. and it was kind of illegal now thinking about it. But we had like a little printer thing, ink printer, and I would basically print whatever picture they want on the back and then give it to them. So they want a Supreme logo, you got a Supreme logo.
No fucking way.
You know what I'm saying? So it actually was copyright infringement, so don't do that. But
like, yeah,
I bought it for like $3 for a 7-pack, sold it for $7 each, bro. I mean, like $1,000.
Dude,
but to me,
I started with phone cases. I bought them off of DHgate. DHgate is pretty much it's like AliExpress and Alibaba. They're all, most of the time it's way faster shipping, and it's a lower amount of, like, the minimum quantity of the order is a lot lower. Yeah. So I bought them off of that. I buy a 100-pack for around $30, and I resell each one for $5.
Oh, so you wouldn't even decorate it, you just resell it.
Just, you got the phone
cases.
Phone's gonna break.
Phone cases and watches. Those were like the first things I feel like really blew up in like e-commerce because they were cheap, but everyone needed a phone case. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wanted a watch, and they're really cheaply made, but they look good and they do.
Yeah, I did fidget spinners and pop sockets too. Yeah,
really, yeah, like. But yeah, that was my first business. It's called Face Your Case because I would put like a face on your case. It's nice. So yeah, so I have the poster in my room, and that was really like what started everything. They had an entrepreneurship group in my school. I went to Shallow High School up here in Gwinnett, and we had a 3-person entrepreneurship group. Basically, we had 30 people first, and everyone had to write a business plan. And the best 3 business plans got to go to this class. It was 3 of us, and literally at the beginning we'd watch Shark Tank, and then we would just go on our business. One guy had a sign making business. I had my phone case business. The other girl, I don't know what she did, honestly. I think she did like painting or art or something like that. But it just put me in that mindset and really honestly started everything.
Getting in the mindset. So a big topic that I preach a lot. If you know me in person, I'm getting onto all these platforms, so you're gonna hear me talk about it a lot online now. But how do you feel about having the correct circle, like literally affecting your life?
Dude, the circle is everything.
Exactly.
If you hang around bums, you're gonna be a bum, dude. Like, by like association. Like if I have a contagious disease and I'm touching you, you're getting that.
Have it now.
Bro,
yeah.
Like if people around you are always eating out, going out to drinks, what are you gonna do? It's all the moves. Oh, let's go to a bar, or let's go eat pizza. I'm gonna do that because I want to have fun. I want to hang out. I want to be social. But everyone's like,
left out. Yeah.
And someone's like, yo, let's go study. Let's go jog. Let's go play basketball. We're gonna do those things. You know what I'm saying? So our friends really impress a lot upon us subconsciously. You may think, oh, I like drinking every night because it's fun for me, or that's just what my friends do, that's what I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? So when I was around friends that literally would sit on their laptops and we just grind for 5 hours a day.
It's fucking awesome.
That's what I did. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I never thought anyone could just sit around and do this. Yeah. I thought we had to be smoking or drinking or doing something crazy or talking about girls to have fun. But no, we're like, yo, check out my ads. Yo, check out
like
this ad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, check my results for today. That was fun to us. And when I had my group of people, Will, Drew, shout out to all those boys, they really put me into a mindset of like, there are people out there like me. I felt like I was an alien, and I felt like I'd found my new earth. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel more,
at home.
Weird. Yeah, at home. And it made me more confident in myself. So your circle is everything, man. That's awesome. I preach that all day.
And then, so let's say somebody has a bum-ass circle right now, which a lot of people do. It's not a fucking bad thing. It's you just fall upon the circle near where you live, or who your parents' friends were, or who you met at school.
Exactly.
But how do you make a new circle? Before that, how do you get rid of your old circle? And I have a few concepts on how to do that, but I want to hear what you have to say.
I've actually had to do this more times than I would like to admit. I've had multiple friend groups where I just had to dissolve, kind of. And I guess the first step for me, and it may not be healthy or like, even right, but I would just kind of phase myself out and see if they even reach out to say what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they don't care that I'm gone, then there's no reason to even rekindle that friendship for me. But if they're reaching out, what's up? I'll tell them, man, I'm kind of in a different state. Like some of the things that you guys are doing, I really can't do anymore. I can't afford it, or I don't want to put energy towards that.
I mean, even if you don't want that much friction, a lot of things, I've done this, like I said, more times than I'd like to admit. Just slowly back off. If you go to their house or you visit them every fucking day, start doing that every 3 days, right?
Yeah.
After a week, start doing it every day. I mean, once a week, once a month, once a year. Don't break the friendship up, right? You still have something. You became friends for a reason. So that doesn't mean get rid of the friendship. It means allocate your time toward the right types of people.
Yeah.
And then how do you meet the right types of people?
And then you might be able to bring, those old friends to your new group. But for me, honestly, in 2019, man, meetup.com, Facebook, like there's so many platforms. I've met all my friends. We all met through social media. IG for me, but like seriously, every single person I've met in the past, like not everyone, but like probably 90% have been through Instagram. Okay. Just reaching out.
So you reach out to them or
really I just put my story out there, and when people are attracted to it, they hit me up, I respond, and if they seem cool, then we'll
take action on it. Yeah.
See what happens. So for me, I used to just hide myself in a corner and be like, why do people want to be friends with me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like it was my fault. I wasn't putting myself out there to even be receptive to new people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I hosted my first networking event, and that really brought everything together. I think it was called Young Entrepreneurship Network. Yeah, YIN. And I got like 40 people there, and a lot. That's where I met my friend Will, Drew, Alex. They all came to that event.
We should throw another one in Atlanta.
Yeah,
we should. Yeah,
really networking events, dude. Like, not only is it good for us, but think of being that person that organized an event where someone and someone else created a partnership, and that's a 6-figure, 7-figure business. Like, how good does that feel to be the connector of that relationship?
It's like the good karma in the universe, or however you want to believe in.
Yeah, so if you don't find a networking event, which you will, go to meetup, like, come on. Make your own. Like, make your own networking event. And everybody there, who are they going to want to talk to? You. You created the event. You're being looked up to. You know what I'm saying? So be proactive when you're trying to make new circles, because you're trying to achieve this thing of, I want to surround myself around bosses. If you're not a boss, why would they want to bring you in their circle? So you have to basically
a value exchange. You have to offer enough value for them to want you, and then they have to offer enough value back. So, and then another thing. So in your group, you want to have a few people that, or actually, in my opinion, you want to have more people that are at a level higher than you.
Yeah,
so you're always learning, right? So eventually you're going to be at their level, but you also want a few people under you that give you that feeling of gratitude, that give you that feeling of humbleness, that you're teaching something to somebody. So I always have 3 or 4 mentees that I go to lunch with every month. So if you guys need some help and you want to be one of my new mentees, I don't charge anything. I'm not selling anything. I do it for the sake of helping out. Right? Because there are people that are larger than me that are in my groups that are helping me out.
Doing the same thing, you just pass it forward.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like the 33% rule, I think like Ty Lopez or someone coined it. Basically, when you have 33% of people on your level, above your level, and below your level. For me, like, it almost stroked my ego when I'm around people who I know that I'm smarter than. You know what I'm saying?
It gets boring. You're sitting in that room,
and it's like, I'm sitting here telling you guys all these secrets, all these tips, and the thing is, no one's acting on it. So I'm just exchanging value to someone that's just absorbing it and spitting it out.
It becomes lame at one point. It's like you're telling them not only they're doing that, it's like you're not learning anything. You don't feel. I mean, only
I'm
type
not in a position to grow.
Exactly. So you want to be fair to yourself and honest and true to yourself. So 33, in my opinion, you know, like 50% of people bigger than you, but that's harder to get into because you're not offering enough value to them.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not like I'm going to be friends with you because of this, but if you have things to offer, it makes it easier to want to associate with you. Like for me, the big thing about me was real estate. People didn't really know about real estate at my age, so I was always able to kind of intrigue them and teach them and put them on and, you know, inspire them. And that was the thing. And my friend Will, he did e-commerce. My other friends, they made a white label. My other friends, they did Forex. And I'm like, dang, man, I have people around me who can teach me every way to make money. You know what I'm saying? So you always learn new things because you can always pass that off to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that transfer of value, of energy.
Value exchange. Another thing. So there's a lot of people that follow, that watch some of our content, and there's a lot of misinformation about real estate wholesaling. And you probably know of it.
Yeah.
So give people a rundown of what they should actually do, actionable steps, and what's real, what's not real, what to look out for. And I mean, even myself, I want to learn some more on how that works.
Okay, so wholesaling, just real cut and simple. You're basically connecting A and B. A is a buyer or a seller. B is a buyer. Or sorry, buyer. A seller to buyer. It's just like anything. It's like reselling, but you're reselling a contract. So I see a property, right? Let's say I drive for dollars. Basically means I'm driving in a, maybe, lower tier neighborhood. I see a house that looks vacant. I'll take down that address. I'll skip trace it, which been verified, white pages. I'll find out who owns that property. I'll give them a call and say, hey, I drove by your property at XYZ Main Street. It looks vacant. I was wondering if you're interested to sell. They say, hey, yes, I am. I actually, I'm paying property tax on it, but I'm not doing anything with it. I offer them $60,000. Now, do I have 60 grand? Maybe, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I'm going to get a contract for that property, which means I have equitable rights in it, which means that I can buy and or assign it. So they're giving me, let's say, a 30-day closing date. That means that I'm going to assign this property or put it under contract, and in 30 days, find an in buyer to buy it for maybe $67,000.
Okay.
So in those 30 days, my in buyer purchased the contract from me, which means they purchased it from the beginning seller. I make that $7,000.
And who's the end buyer? Is it an agent usually? Is it?
It's usually another real estate investor. So if you're a wholesaler, you may send deals to me because I buy and flip properties.
Okay.
So think of this: you might get a property for $60,000. You give it to me for $67,000. I put 30 in it and sell it for $170. So you made your $7K. I flipped it and made maybe 32. So
it's a wholesaling, just like the fidget spinners and pop sockets, but a whole nother scale, just at a larger amount with bigger items.
So basically, you're a marketer for real estate investors. I may find deals to sell to a buy and hold person, to a fix and flipper. Basically, I'm providing deals or investment opportunities to investors. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? So
nice.
people think that it's really easy because you don't need any money. Just because you don't need money doesn't mean it's easy.
Because I feel like you're responsible, and you're not dealing with $100,
Yeah.
$200, $1,000 anymore. Now you're dealing with 60, 70, 100,
Yeah.
$200,000. And if something goes haywire, something gets fucked up, it's your fault. It's on you.
Yeah.
So you take on more of the responsibility.
Yeah.
And it's not something, nothing's easy, right? It's all going to take learning,
Yeah.
time.
It's simple. It's not easy.
Simple.
You know
I like that. It's simple, but it's not easy. Yeah.
And it just makes it seem, and everyone's just flooding, the industry now because you don't need money. There's almost no risk. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
so people will get deals under contract and try to make $50,000. But now, if you're trying to make 50 grand, I'm trying to flip it and make 30.
Mhm.
How are you making more money?
It's not
than
possible
me?
to do it that way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're getting good deals, right, from nice sellers. They're not closing. And now this seller doesn't want to sell their house because they don't want their time wasted again. So when someone like me that actually can buy the property goes in, that seller's already burned. They don't want to sell their property now. You know what I'm saying? So they're ruining good deals, or they're overpricing good deals, or they just put a deal under contract and don't have an end buyer and just scram and try to do JVs and say, hey, can you find me a buyer? And then you go to him and say, hey, do you have a buyer? And he goes to him and say, hey, do you have a buyer? And now every time you're trying to find a new buyer, you're raising the price by $3,000 because everyone's trying to get paid. And now these good deals can't be bought because there's no equity left. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
People don't think about the overall economy of the real estate environment, I guess. They just want to get a quick check because, I don't need money. I don't need a license. People just want to do something that's super easy and has no risk and make a lot of money. They just want the best of both worlds.
That's not even achievable.
When they have nothing to offer. It's really crazy, honestly.
And how do you feel about the people spreading this misinformation because they want to make a buck on courses?
I mean, like I said, if you can put someone in an environment or in a mindset to succeed, I'm not going to hate on you. But I just think it's unethical to sell a dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get your bag, but I just feel like you should know that it's unethical to sell a dream.
That's not achievable.
Yeah, I'm saying to sell a dream to make a couple bucks. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it real. That way the people that actually take action have a better likelihood to succeed because they know what they're in for.
I mean, on the note of keeping it real, what's your Instagram real quick?
My Instagram is @Agent Dooley. I do a lot on Twitter now @Dooley Agent. So
hit him up.
Yeah.
Dooley always keeps it real. I see his tweets all the time.
Got to.
And even, like I said, this show is literally unscripted. We had no plan of what we're going to talk about or what we were going to talk about, but just straight value. Feel free to reach out to me. My Instagram's on the back of the laptop. I always respond to DMs. Might take a little while, but I always respond. I believe Dooley does as well.
Yeah, hit me up, man. Like I said, I'm here to help everybody. I'm here to help everyone succeed. So just
any finishing tips?
I'm super active. Just consistency, man. I've been at this junk for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Probably 3 or 4 years now. I'm 22. I started when I was like 19. Like, just start and just be consistent. The results will come. And that sounds cliche. But on the end, all cliches are called cliches because they're that, universally respected as rules. So don't overlook cliches just because they're said a lot, man. Go do it. Work hard. Y'all know the drill, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate you having me on here.
No, for sure. All right, we'll have you on another time for sure. But I'll see you guys soon.
See you.